All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Market Prep. I hope everyone's having an amazing morning. Hope everyone had a great weekend. Good morning, Norm. How are you doing today?
Hey, good morning, buddy. I'm doing great. Hopefully, hope you had a good weekend as well.
Yep, excellent, excellent. All right, guys, let's get into it. We have quite a bit on both sides of the fence here, up and down. Obviously, the talk of this morning, you cannot talk stocks without GameStop and BB, and we'll get into both of those.
For sure.
But for the most part, we have a very full list on both ends here. So we'll get through this and see what we can find. It looks good here today. A couple of low flow stocks in here, as you can see in yellow. So we'll see what's happening with those. But first, let's take a look at the market pulse and kind of what's happening with the SPY at the moment.
Yeah, man. So we got SPY relatively flat, up just a hair. Qs are up a decent amount this morning, 1.1%. So much bigger gap there than the others. We don't have any economic data out today. I think the biggest thing will be obviously we're just going to be watch what the craziness continue from Friday on these few stocks with very high short interest,
Yeah.
amongst other things.
Yep, I fully agree, man. So yeah, guys, let's get right to it. Let's delete our list from Friday. We had a great day on Friday, by the way, in the chat room. So that was nice. Couple of great movers. Hopefully, we'll get some continuation plays out of those today. Let's start with gapping up this morning. Let's take a look at GameStop. Obviously, GameStop is just insane. Up
Uh-huh.
58% today. Already hit 136 high of this morning, pre-market high. So, I mean, Norm, what is going on here? What is the madness?
Well, I mean, we've talked about it, but so Wall Street Bets and Reddit community has, just taken to this thing. This is a beat down retailer with an old business model that's really heavily shorted. I mean, over the years, you and I have pointed out the massive short interest on this stock repeatedly, and so they're buying it and causing these short sellers to scramble and cover, and just a massive epic short squeeze. And it continues this morning. So I think it was up as high as 236 and change earlier. It's right 136 and change
136.
earlier.
Yep.
Yeah, sorry, I misspoke there, and it's 104 right now and popping again. So a little bit
Yeah.
crazy.
It sure is, and you got the volume coming in here, guys. But again, guys, just be very careful with this one. I mean, it's just the second day of this, right? We saw Friday how it was, and it's been like this even all last week. Well, not last week, but the week before that, we had one day here where it did pop nicely from 20 to 30 to almost 40, and we thought that was insane. On Friday, we're
Uh-huh.
popping from 43 up to 80, and we're like, okay, this is nuts. And now we're going from 70. Well, the close of yesterday, Friday, 65. Doubling, hitting 135, 136. So
Yep.
just insane. Again, be very, very careful. This thing is dropping and tossing around between $5 at a time on some of these candles. So again, it's just very difficult to manage your risk on something like this. But definitely on our list this morning, guys. I mean, definitely something that it will be on our watch list. We'll take a close look at that one. And actually, it shouldn't actually be on our top watch list. It really should be on a riskier pile. This is more like you want to treat this like a low flow
Yeah,
today,
I
if
would
it's even
agree.
if it's even tradable. I mean, I don't think this thing is going to be tradable today. At least the way we
We got
trade.
we got plenty of people in the room that are already saying they're done for the day. So
Very
I don't know
nice.
about not tradable, but
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, it's definitely volatile. So be extremely
yeah.
careful if you mess with that. I won't be personally.
Yeah, I'm gonna add this over to our risky pile, guys. Again, just be very, very careful. Here's BB. Now, BB almost very similar situation, not as crazy, but still pretty hot here. Up 42% right now. They're high at their pre-market 2070. They are coming down from $7 just 2 weeks ago. So again, a lot of movement
Yep.
here. This one seems a little bit more manageable. I think we can definitely add this one to our list. I think you can manage the risk a little bit better. But another one that's also just insane. Now, any news this morning on BB?
I mean, it's continuing. They've had some catalysts go on, but I'm not seeing anything fresh as of this morning. No.
Okay. All right, so let's keep an eye on that one as well. That can go in our main list because again, it is you can manage your risk on this one a whole lot better than you can with GameStop. Let's go through some of these. AUPH. This one's pre-market action doesn't look great. It is up 36%, 4.6, but this market action is not great at the moment. Now we have had this in our stock list before. It does trade decent, so I am going to add it as a possible for now. Let's see if we get that pre-market action can get better, but at the moment it's not looking too good. NCTY, this one here, pre-market action's really all over the place. As far as daily, I don't like the way this pre-market is forming here, guys. Again, just very choppy. There's no good price action here. Their daily looks interesting, but doesn't look great as far. Once you go back into December, it looks more like a SPAC. It looks very choppy in here. So I'm gonna skip on that one for now. And also it's a I missed this 5.3 million shares, so it's a very low flow stock. Low flow stock moving like this is not great. You need a lot of volume for this, so we're not getting that on this one. AQMS, this one this morning pre-markets, all right. Daily looks interesting. Daily breaking out nicely here, over $5 this morning, up 23%. Pre-market action, it's okay. I mean, not a great daily, but it's okay. It's okay. Let's put it here for now. YI, this one's 24 million shares. Pre-market action is not great. Daily has some crazy moves on Friday and also Thursday. Looks like it's just got getting going here. But the issue with this one that I'm seeing quickly is the volume, guys. You're going from $9 over to 13 with only 5 million shares traded. To me, that could be very risky. That might not be clean, and we can see that here. We got a couple of gaps in between here. Not a clean intraday action today. The pre-market action is not there for sure. Even though with this low volume, only 108,000 shares traded, you're already the low is 1239 and the high is 1740. So that's scary stuff. Let's not touch that for now. BWEN as well, not a great pre-market action. Daily looks a little bit better, up 20% this morning, but this pre-market action right now, again, just not looking all that great at the moment. Also 14 million shares flow, so very low flow stock there. As well. Again, these low flow stocks are great when they have a whole lot of volume, and we're not seeing that from these last couple of ones so far today. OEG is 27 million shares float. Again, a little bit on the lower side, 568,000 shares traded. Pre-market action, it looks like it wants to get going here. It's looking a little bit better. Their daily looks better than the few that we just looked at now. I know it's a lower price stock. Worth taking a second look at. Not a fan of it just yet, but worth taking a second look at on that one. Here's GEVO. Now, GEVO, this one's just been on fire, guys, as far as the daily goes, right? So a couple of great moves in here. Last week, we saw a couple of great pops into 11. Today, they're trying to hit that 12. They hit it a couple of times, right? 12, 13, 20. So again, pretty active this morning. Now I know we had this in our watch list, or at least in our secondary, a couple of times last week and the week before that. I think we can take a closer look at this one. I think this one trades very well. It actually traded very clean a couple of days that some of the other moderators had it on their list. All right, we got a lot on here, guys. I'm not going to go through all of them. I'm going to stop here and give you guys a chance to pull out some of the good ones that might be below GEVO here. So we'll take a look at that. Let's take a look at what's gapping down today. CATM. This is horrible pre-market action, guys. Already got halted. Only 100,000 shares traded. Look at the daily, just how bad this is. This is the textbook definition of a horrible daily. Horrible pre-market action. You don't want no part of that. CUK is active this morning, down 4%, 121,000 shares traded. But we know that CCL is usually the one that trades a little bit cleaner with more volume. And they do have more volume, but they're not trading cleaner at all. Norm, this looks like almost a secondary with how nasty this thing looks. Is that what it is? Or some kind of, I don't know, what's going on with CCL? Doesn't look good at all today. But they do have volume.
They're shutting down economy stuff, I believe, is what's going on. I haven't seen anything on a secondary.
Okay.
But then also I know that I've seen some executives selling some news about executives selling shares. So that's not good either.
Yeah, that's never a good sign when your own inside people are getting rid of the stock. So not good. But yeah, you know what? I do like to keep an eye on this one. I love the daily right now. We're sitting right at an area of a great support since end of November. So end of November, this thing has been able to stay above this $19 area. We're coming towards the bottom of that. Pre-market actually is not looking great at all, but I think this is worth definitely taking a second look at. We know CCL can move very well when it's trading. with heavy volume. So we'll take a look at how that's going to be moving today. DPW, this one here is a hit or miss type stock. I usually don't like trading this one. 16.3 million shares flow. We've seen it before in the past. I'm going to skip on it, guys. I don't like the pre-market action. Don't like the daily right now neither. It's kind of stuck between all these levels at the moment. If it was dropping against this $480 mark with some good volume, good pre-market action, maybe. But we'll skip on this one for now. UAVS was very active last week. This week they're showing down 4.2, 313,000 shares traded. Might be a good possible. We'll take a closer look at that. Here's FTI. FTI at the moment, not a great pre-market action, guys. Although you have 304,000 down 3.7. This is not looking good at the moment. So we'll skip on that one. DPW we looked at. OBLN was active also last week. What are they doing today? This is also low flow stock, 6.1, excuse me, 6.1. Again, Friday was very, very active. They give you a beautiful pre-market action. At the open was okay. We did see a little bit of continuation into the market open. But again, after that, look at the rest of the day. Just nasty there. And this morning, I'm not sure what to expect on it. So I'm gonna stay away from it for right now. Since we don't got a whole lot of volume pre-market wise. BP is a foreign stock. They're looking very active this morning, and the daily seems to be dropping. But again, they are foreign stocks, so they don't trade all that clean. As you can see, several gaps here in the daily. It looks like they might have some news because they have more than usual volume this morning at 327. CCL, we looked at TLRY. What do we have going on here? Now, this one had a couple of good days. Intraday activities on Friday. You can see here, nice, beautiful breakout out of the pre-market highs. Beautiful continuation on the 5-minute open range breakup. And then from there, just kind of sold off back down below the VWAP. But today, they're, they got volume 234. They're down 2.4. Pre-market action doesn't look great. But I'm going to put it as a possible because they do have potential to get going here. Again, there's been a whole lot of news behind this TRY, APHA. So we'll see if today is going to mean anything for them. Talking about these, here's ACB as well. ACB is down 2.2, but doesn't look any better than TLRY at the moment. So we'll keep it off this list. All right, let's, Norm, what do you like this morning that we have not touched?
One of them was EXPR. Take a look at that. That's another crazy play. Thing is up 124% at the moment after pulling back a little bit. So pretty interesting on that.
Now, this one's not a low flow, right? Sitting at 60 million shares flow. But again, guys, you got to be careful. Now, the good thing on this one is not going to drop on you, $1 or $2. But you still got to be careful with the number of shares you take. But I do like this one, Norm. We were looking at it earlier, so I forgot about it. Again, great volume right now. Beautiful pre-market action. Look at this here. This is exactly what you want to see in a stock in the pre-market. So that's looking really nice this morning. We'll add that on. There were 43 million shares so far. All right, let's take it to the chat room, guys. Let's start with James. James is giving us Apple. So let's take a look at Apple here. What's going on? Apple has been really good the last couple of days. They've been trading so clean, guys, in the intraday. Today up 2.6 with some really good volume. Pre-market actions looking nice. We're banging our heads against this pre-market high right now at 143.11. So yeah, Apple's definitely on our list. Let's take a look at that one. What do we have here? I see a lot of people throwing out PLTR. Let's take a look at that. TR
for sure.
Wow, I didn't see this Friday.
Yeah, it was another crazy one.
Oh man, look at this. So it got going after I stopped trading, but look at this. Wow. All right, excellent. Beautiful pre-market action, man. Look at the breakout. Okay, this is nice. This is very nice. I hope people took advantage of that on Friday mid-morning. There, PLTR. I know Andrew does not want to hear about this ticker at all, but I think today it's one of those days where it's definitely in play. Norm, what's the news on this one?
There were a couple of things. I haven't seen anything this morning though. I think there's, this thing had been running like crazy. And then they've got, the really popular one got a nice pullback. I know Kathy, there's a couple of people that have been pumping this, but facial recognition technology, it's been a lot in the news. I'm looking right now. I don't see anything specific for this morning though.
Okay. All right. Well, definitely, again, possible continuation from Friday, guys. Here we're above slightly of the last daily resistance area, so right above that at the moment with the price action. But this pre-market is looking real nice, 4.8 million, very nice this morning. All right, let's go back up. I think I lost my spot here. PLTR. Yep, that's good. We have PLTR. Yeah, I see that, guys. No short on PLTR. But I think it's still a good one to have on the list because, man, this stock is strong. I mean, I'll be concerned on shorting this one anyways to begin with. Right now, the way it looks, that can change. But yeah, I think it's worth keeping it on here, even if we only could play it to one side. If we find something better, we'll drop it down.
Yeah.
We would love to have opportunities both ways, but I think this one could be on here. So let's see. All right, so POTR, let's see what else we have. I see Neo. Let's take a look at Neo. What do we have here for Neo? Neo was great on Friday as well. So Neo right now up 3%, 2.5 million shares traded. I think Neo's a good one to watch as well. Let's keep Neo on there. Apple, we looked at.
The one thing I'll
Yeah.
mention on Neo, and this happens a lot. We get trading something that's in play for a decent amount of time, and then I think people force it after the fact. It's not really in play anymore. It might be the case on Neo. I've seen some days when the R-vol is down at 60%, and a lot of people are trying to trade it, and it's not in play at that point, really. So
Right.
keep an eye on that.
I agree 100%. I think on Friday, I didn't trust this move to happen, and we kept it on our secondary list, right? It has potential, but it's one of those things where you don't want to force it. It can move up if it gets volume. Guys, this is why we have our scanners, right? So keep it on a secondary list or keep it off your list and just wait for it to hit the scanners. We already know Neo, so if you see Neo pop up there with volume, you know something good could be happening, right? So I agree. If you don't force it in your watch list if it's not doing anything, right? Because it's been good so long. It's like AMD. I remember one time AMD MU were just hot, and we had them on our list forever. And AMD, barely does what it was doing in the past, right? All right, let's take a look here. PLTR we looked at. Let's take a look at JD. See a couple of people throwing that out. So let's take a look at JD this morning. You know what, JD, it hasn't been trading like it used to, man. We used to trade JD a lot, and it used to be very clean. It's changed. Definitely, the intraday action has changed on JD. They're up 4.3 this morning. I just don't believe they can put in a good intraday day here, trading. So again, I love the pop here. I love the breakout, 4.3, 243,000 shares traded. But look how that 243 is trading. I mean, this is horrible. Now, they were never known, to us at least, for a good intraday pre-market action anyway. We'll put it as a possible, but I got no faith this thing is going to trade well. Just with what I've seen lately after it's been at this price level. Apple, we looked at. Apple is good. It's on our list. JD, we'll put it as a possible. AMD, let's take a look what's happening there. AMD right now, I don't see on the daily anything great. Let's check out the pre-market action on the 5-minute. Yeah, I don't see anything good on AMD right now. So I'm going to just skip on this one at the moment. PLTR we looked at, that's good. Mara,
you're gonna anger Peter by saying that.
I am, but you know what, we did have it on our watches a couple of days ago for him, so he can't get too mad at us there. Here's Mara, guys. Mara's pre-market action looks great, and we've seen this in the past, and then it just trades horrible at the market open. So possible for now. They got great volume, 1.8 million, so that's good right there. We do not have shares for short on it. Pre-market looks decent, guys. Got great price action. Let's see if the intraday, if that's going to follow through a little bit here. BBBY.
For sure. I thought we already looked at that though, right?
BBBY? No, I don't think we did. We looked at BB. But I don't think we looked at
I would have called that out. I thought you did. There's so many B's. I've lost track. Sorry.
Yeah, no, but this was looking real good this morning, guys. So I like the way what we're seeing here on BBBY. So let's add that on there. We got good volume, 809 at the moment as far as volume. And day looks good too. Look at the breakout on Friday. Look at the continuation today, hopefully. Yeah, this looks nice. That's a good one. All right, we're going to stop here, guys. You guys are throwing out some pretty good tickers on there. I see a lot of XPEV, so I'm going to look at that one because a few of you guys threw that one out here. Daily looks interesting, guys, for a possible breakout. You see the wind up here coming up around 58.22. The price action is right now, actually. Pre-market does not look great. Their volume is very low, though. We know XPEV for having great volume. We're not seeing that today. I'm going to put it as a possible for now. We'll come back to that one. Let's take a few from YouTube, guys. What do we have here? AMC, I saw that on both ends. We'll take a look at that one. AMC. You know what? AMC, I think we spoke about it last week as well. There's a couple of days where they had a great pre-market action and their intraday just completely bombed. And I'm seeing that also Friday was the same thing. Again, I don't think Friday was in play. It just came out of nowhere around 1 o'clock. You got this volume coming in. This traded very well. But again, just to sit around through all of this to wait for this, you got to wait for the scanners really to hit on this stock. And pre-market action today, we're getting tons of volume, but it doesn't mean anything with AMC unless they're going to trade clean in one direction, especially with this stock. Could be so choppy. So I'm not going to add it to my list, guys. This to me doesn't mean a whole lot. I need a turbo breakup to be hit on this, showing me that, okay, we got volume and we're moving in one direction, but maybe some high of day scanners later in mid-morning is what I would look for AMC, but I just don't trust it to be clean at the open, and I don't want to waste a spot on something like this. So that's my reasoning for it. But again, you keep it on your list if you like, guys. Just be patient with it. Be real patient with it. INTC's pre-market's okay. 512. It's pretty much flat right now, but I see we got a nice price action here. Nice range coming down to 55, 90, excuse me. And from there, we're getting a bit of a kind of like a double bottom and a bounce here. So that looks good. And that's happening also right below, not quite at a support, but right below this great support that we had since we had this huge gap up a couple of days ago. So I think this could be a good possible. I don't think it's ready for main stock to watch, but good possible I think will be nice. BBBY we do have on deck. Let's look at Tiger. A couple of people throwing that one out. TIGR. So TIGR, this one here. No, pre-market action is not great on this one. Daily possible continuation, but for the most part, the pre-market action does not look ready to be on our list just yet. Riot Fubo. Let's look at Riot. Possible Bitcoin play here. Yeah, I have Mara on my list. I think Mara looks decent today. They have more volume, very similar pre-market action. So I have that one as a possible secondary right now. We do not have shares for sure on any of those. And the issue is with them is that, they put this great pre-market action and then at the market open, they just don't do that well. So that get them a spot in the possibles list. Fubo is interesting. I do like Fubo today. I think their day looks great. Pre-market action could be better, but I like this pop with the volume we're getting. And again, guys, you got to be careful with this one. This can move 50 cents to a dollar very fast. Yeah. So, no, but I think you might have traded this one a couple of times, right?
I have, yeah.
So you know how that price action is. I'm gonna put it down as a risky. Again, our risky pile today has no low flows, just has Fubo and GameStop. Because you want to be careful with Fubo, but it does look good today. I do like the daily here. I like the fact that look at where we're sitting at right now at 40.09. And that's been an area of great resistance. We got a huge drop we had here before. I wonder how the short flow interest is on this today. Let's see what we got. Well, not today. It's going to be for an average a couple of days. All right. So Fubo, what do we have? 62. So still very high. Yeah, still very high. So yeah,
they had a short seller come out on them too a while back, which was in that drop. So
yeah. I like this one a whole lot, guys. Definitely put it on there. It definitely should be on our main list, but again, just because it is so risky, you got to have it on your risky pile. All right, guys, let's see what else we have. We could do a couple of more, maybe two more from YouTube. Let's look at CCIV. I know that one comes up a lot. Today they are up 15%, very active, 11 million. How did it do Friday? Friday was very active as well. Had a good day. Later in the afternoon, looks like around 1 o'clock, 1:40, did pop up nicely here. Hit or miss. I personally do not like this one. I don't like the way it trades, but it is very active today. I think it is a stock in play. So if you like it, add it to your list. I'm gonna keep it off mine. Hopefully one of the moderators will watch and they'll call out something. But the pre-market action does look decent today. We do have shares for sure. You know what? Just a passo for now, even if I don't keep it later. One more. Let's look at BLNK. See what we have here. No, this does not look good. Let's look at another one. Let's look at Fizz. All right, what do we have here? No, that does not look good.
Fizz is extremely high short interest as well.
Yeah, oh man, yeah, and look at the pre-market action right now has no volume at all, guys. The spread is a dollar. Yeah, that's not ready for us this morning. Space, I do like the daily here, but their pre-market action is a bit choppy. So I'll wait for this one to hit our scanners. Again, another stock that we know, like Space, Neo, we know these tickers. If they hit our scanners, we can take a look at them. And I think we'll stop there, guys. Good, guys, give us a lot of good ones today, so looking forward to breaking this list down. All right, let's go over to announcements. We do have Dr. Katz coming on today for Mindful Monday. Looking forward to that. But first, let's go to our announcement. We'll come back and fine-tune this list.
All right, guys, quick weekly rundown. Mondays, of course, swing trading with Brian 2:30 here in the room, and then you've got the onboarding class with Carlos. That is 8 p.m. Eastern every week live. Tuesday, Thursday at noon, trade reviews with Eamon. Those are in the classroom. We've got success webinars tonight, psychology on Tuesday night, psychology on Wednesday, and Thursday group mentoring on Thursdays. So then don't forget about the closing bell simulcast that we do Monday through Thursday, 3:30 to 4:15 p.m. on YouTube as well. All right. Speaking of success webinars, tonight you're going to have Eamon talking about how he trades breakouts. That's 5 p.m. Eastern because of his time zone. And then next week, Thor will be talking about how he uses pivots and market auction theory in his trading. That is the first part of a multiple part series. That'll be next week, the second at 8 p.m. the normal time. And for psychology, I apologize. My screen is up. There we go. Psychology. Speaking of Dr. Katz as well, we've got a town hall with him. That'll be Wednesday night, 8 p.m. We'll take 2 traders and have a psychology discussion with them. And then next week, Cradle will be talking about mental edge. If you're wanting to participate in member trade of the day, trade of the week, take a screenshot of your best trade of that day, mark it up with entries and exits, of course, and then any description you can give of the trade posted on Twitter, tag at Bearable Traders, at Mike B _BBT, and at Norm BBT. Also use the hashtags BBT Family, Day Trading, and Stock Market. Pick a winner for each day, and then that'll be announced in the closing bell shown on Twitter. And then of all the trades of the day, we pick for the week, and that will be announced on Monday. If you're watching on YouTube and have not been in the chat, you'd like to give it a try, use the promo code PREMARKET24. That'll get you a discount off the intro membership, which is 7 calendar days, 5 trading days in the room. Also gives you access to the onboarding class every Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. I mentioned a few minutes ago, and does not auto renew or turn into any other kind of membership. Also, you can use if you'd like to get a elite membership, you can use the promo code NEAR40 to get 40% off the annual elite membership. Hello? Dr. Katz. How are you, sir?
Norm, how are you today?
I'm good. I hope you had a wonderful weekend.
Had a good weekend. Thank you very much.
Good,
yes,
good.
Happy to be with you.
Likewise. So we are wrapping up our series about goal setting this morning. We've taken some time over the last few weeks to talk about this. Beginning of the year, great time to think about setting goals and an effective way to do so. So take it away, sir.
Yeah, we've done that. And today I'd like to focus a little on more trading specific goals and really, most importantly, how to set these appropriately and productively. My friend and colleague, Dr. Brett Steenbarker, has talked about the importance of setting goals that excite you and scare you at the same time. I think that's really important. Again, but the key thing with setting goals appropriately and productively is the first step is you really need to make a really thorough review of kind of your past year. You want to identify clearly the things you did well and what you need to improve upon. Really, that's the hallmark, because then you can set specific plans for growth this year. Perhaps you want to kind of expand the opportunities you pursue in the markets. Perhaps you want to refine your network of colleagues to generate better discussions or ideas, and perhaps you want to grow your risk trading. But you don't know what you want to do until you do a thorough review. So defining specific goals that excite and scare you will really provide you with energy kind of to tackle the new year. The right goals and goal setting kind of gives you energy. That's another important thing. We've talked about P&L goals, setting narrow P&L goals. I kind of have mixed feelings on, because you don't really know what the market will bring you. If you increase your risk taking, for instance, in the wrong environment, you can expose yourself to kind of big setbacks. That's why setting, process goals is really more important than setting P&L goals. And remember, a key thing here is that a goal, as they say, without a plan is really just a wish. Traders often set kind of lofty goals and kind of don't really provide any details as to how you're going to get there. So an important principle is if you are really serious about your goals, you are doing something every day to pursue those goals. So that's like a self-check for you. If your goals really aren't alive and active each day, then you aren't really anything more than presenting good intentions. So if your goals are really worth pursuing, they really should be active and alive each day, and you should be able to identify that the specific things you're doing. And this is really true for trading goals and for personal goals. Traders, again, are often good at setting goals, but the day-to-day follow-up often falls short. So it's the daily work on really goals that actually helps us internalize new attitudes, new behaviors, and skills. And one of the best ways to do that, especially since everybody here is part of a community, is really to talk through the ideas and styles with people around you. It helps everyone get better, helps you get better. It really is about the power of collaboration. Especially for new traders in the BBT community. It can feel like sometimes you're on an island about how to set goals or things that you're doing well or not doing well, and being able to share that with other people, getting their feedback, giving impressions, things that are working for you. These are all really helpful in terms of your overall process and appropriately and productively setting goals and achieving them day by day and incrementally.
Absolutely. Great advice, and appreciate it. I'm sure people can use that one throughout the year. So thank you, Doctor. Have a wonderful week.
Oh, okay. You too, Norm, and have a good week, everyone.
You got it. Take care.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Katz. All right, guys, let's screen. Okay. Oh, there we go. All right. Thank you, Dr. Katz. All right, guys, let's get started. Let's look at our list here. Let's fine tune some of the stuff we have here. Let's start with BB. So I think BB is good, guys. Very active pre-market action. That should stay on our list. 18 million right now, up 40%, looking very nice. So we'll keep that on there. GEVO. This one has a nice gap. 18%, 3.3 million. I think it's worth taking a second look at. CCL, I think I'm gonna do as a secondary. I think it's gonna be a good secondary, given what we have today on our list. And there's some stuff in our secondary list that needs to come off, right? So CCL, let's move it on down. Again, it's just chopping around right now, but it has great volume. We'll see if that's going to create anything for us today. So we'll see. We'll move that to a secondary. EXPR, this one's looking good. And actually, it doesn't have to be in a riskier pile. You can stay here. You can manage your risk on this one. That looks very good. Beautiful pre-market action this morning. American Airlines right now, I'm sorry, Apple, not American Airlines. Apple today also looks good, guys. I think we'll keep that on there. PLTR looks amazing. Trying to find a bottom here around 33.40. NEO 2.8 right now as far as million shares traded, up 3%. This one looks good. I think all these look good. BBBY continues to rip nicely. How many we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think we'll keep all of these on here. Maybe we drop NEO. I think NEO could be a possible as well. Very close to a CCL as far as, they have potential, but they can also be very choppy today. We'll keep those two as a possible. Let's remove it from our main list. All right, I think we have a beautiful main list this morning, guys. Very nice, very active. Everything here has insane volume right now. Good pre-market action. Maybe GEVO probably has the worst pre-market action, but EXPR has great pre-market action. Apples has beautiful pre-market action. PLTR, BBY ripping here, making a new high of the pre-market at the moment. Yeah, looking good. All right, secondary list. Let's start from the bottom. CCI's IV, I'm going to remove just because I don't like the way this stock trades. XPEV, I think is okay. We have NEO, so in having NEO, we'll think about XPEV. I mean, their volume is a little bit lighter. They don't look all that exciting. Besides the daily looks really good for a possible breakout. How does NEO look? Yeah, they're both right there. TLRY I'm going to remove as well, guys. The daily looks interesting. Looks like it wants to hold here, but right now pre-market action not looking all that great compared to everything else we have. OEG, yeah, let's remove this. This is not looking good now at all. Let's get rid of that. AQMS, AQMS is okay. AUPH, no, let's get rid of that. UAVS, maybe. JD, I'm going to keep it on here because I want to see how he's going to trade at the open. I mean, I just have no faith at all this thing is going to do anything good. Like it has not been doing so in the last couple of times we looked at it. So let's keep an eye on it. Mara is good, guys. Again, we cannot short this one. No shorts for no inventory to short. But we do have a beautiful pre-market action this morning. INTC, nice double bottom of 55.89. The pre-market, that's looking good. CCL, good possible, and NEOS, a good possible. We got a good possibles list there. And then we have Fubo and also GME as a risk. They're not low flows, but they're on a risky pile today because you really got to be careful with those two. Very active with GameStop being up almost 60%, 55%, and Fubo being up 5%. But again, we know how this thing can move as well. All right, let's do levels. Here is BBBY. Let's start here with pre-market high sitting at 20.69. And again, we have not been up here, who knows in how long, probably a couple of years. So I'm not going to go back and look at, what was the last price action around this area because it's going to be far back, who knows what time frame. We do have our high of our pre-market. We do have, I like this level here. If you want to mark this down, over at 1950. And the reason I like that, guys, look at the area of resistance you're getting there, and also the area more resistance finally breaks out. Now it's acting as support around 1950, so I do like that there. There's another level here in the pre-market that was great support the entire morning. You can see here 1781. So again, look at the support here, held very nicely. Even when it started to get volume here around 7 o'clock, you can see the range changing, right? It starts trading very well, and it still used that a couple of times as a great support there at 1781. So let's keep that on there in case this thing does decide to drop. You do have a level on the way down. Then you have your pre-market low at 1589, and then below that you do have your highs and lows for the last two trading days. GEVO starting to move up here. High of the pre-market sitting at 1320. I don't believe we have anything higher than this in quite some time. I'm not going to go back on this one neither. So let's just kind of zoom in on what we have here. Low of the pre-market at the moment, guys. We're looking at 1130. Above that, though, above 1130, we do have this date over here that popped up all the way to 1165. So I'm going to mark that there just in case it's going to play a part in the pre-market action or into the action today. And then within here, guys, you see an area that became gray area of support, and then good area of resistance is 1234. Just banged up their heads plenty of times here and just started breaking out finally in the last couple of 10 minutes or so. So pretty good level so far for GEVO. Let's see what it wants to do. Great volume at the moment. It is up 20%, but it's probably the least, the best, not the best, the worst looking one out of this list, right? Out of BB, EXPR looks very good. Beautiful pre-market action. We don't have shares for short on this one, but again, they got a great pre-market action today, looking very strong, up 107% this morning. I'm going to throw a level here where the price action is right now. It's a great area of resistance. It did act as support a couple of minutes ago. Now it's being tested one more time. Let's see if it's going to hold. Towards the bottom, guys, we do have another breakout area right over here at 344, so you want to mark that down as well. Low of the pre-market sitting all the way down at 229, and high of the pre-market at 472. We already got that there. I think you're pretty much set on this one. Now, depending how you trade, guys, if you're using the 1 minute, if you're using a smaller time frame, you can have levels that are a little bit closer. So, for example, this one here, it's another great level, great area of resistance, then becomes support. Look at the breakout towards the next level. So that 308 level, you want to have that on there. And if you're looking to scalp, you might even want to have down to 325 right on here, guys, is moving average, right? So, depending on how you're looking to trade, you can have levels that are closer to each other where you're seeing points of changing in direction. So, keep that in mind. Here is Apple, guys. Apple going for the high of the pre-market at 143.10. That is our all-time high, yes, because last time we were up here was back in September 2nd, right? And this was around 140-ish, maybe 137 or so. Then we had the breakout of that a couple of weeks ago right over here around 138. We had it last week, and now we're sitting here at 143. So looking very, very nice this morning, very strong. As far as levels, all you really have is this 143. Now, you can mark down this level right on here, guys. It's 142.62. I know it's very close to that 143.11, but look at the pre-market action. That's been a great area of support for this stock since the last, 2 hours. So you definitely want to have, you want to have a level there. So nothing else you can mark on this one. You do have your highs and lows towards the bottom here, guys, below that 140. Let's look at PLTR. So PLTR this morning, high of the pre-market sitting all the way at 36.34. So we'll mark that down. A lot of action in here, guys, moving very nice. Hopefully that can translate into the market open. Another one that we do not have shares for short, unfortunately, but I think this is moving so well. It might be worth keeping on here. Maybe we'll flip-flop it for something else and put it as a possible. But again, looking very good this morning. Low of the pre-market all the way down at 32.98, so we'll throw a level there. Right now, kind of trying to hold this 33.43. Let's see what it does, or if it's going to come back down to that 32.98. Towards the bottom, guys, highs and lows from the last 2 trading days, but your low from 2 days ago is all the way down at 26. We need something within here below 32. So let's go back on our daily. Very, very clean, clear level, guys, at 28.75. Now, I don't think this thing is going to get down there that easily, but anything is possible. So we'll make sure we have that level, 28.75. Great area of resistance. We have another level in here at 31.09, where they opened up here a couple of weeks back, and also you have another change in direction, right? Great resistance at that same level, 31.09, and then the drop down. So have that level on there as well. So I think that's good for PLTR. Now this stock can move, guys. The low of the pre-market right now is at 32, the high at 36. So within this 5-minute chart, you can put levels. A clear level right here at 35, right? That whole dollar number clearly playing a part in this pre-market action. Below that, you have 34.30, clearly playing a part in this pre-market action. Look at the area of resistance, how many touches of support it has as well. So that's looking good there. BBBY, guys, struggling at 35, high of your pre-market right now. We'll throw a level there. And then towards the bottom, very similar to what we just did with PLTR, you do have an area here in the pre-market that's playing nicely. A great area of support, great area of resistance that then becomes support at 33.82. So you want to mark that on there. You can mark this one here as well, 32.78, but I don't see a whole lot of volume like I see here. Right here, you have great volume. You can see the candles here moving nicely. So I think this level is going to be a lot stronger than this one will be over at 32.80. Although you have a couple of touches here, there's not a whole lot of volume. So I'm not going to add that level in there. Let's see if the pre-market creates more levels towards the bottom. But for now, I'm just going to keep the low of the pre-market and the highs from the last trading day on Friday. So I think that's pretty much taking care of you there. Let's see if we can break out of 35. I know we have been higher on this one. It's just how far back is that going to be? Let's see. Okay, not too far back. Well, yeah. Well, yes, 2017 is pretty far back. Let's zoom in here and let's see what we have. So again, struggling at that 35 right now. Above that clear level over here, guys, at 37, and another one right over here around 35.78. So again, plenty of levels towards the top if we can break out of that. We have not been here since 2017. So you know, it is a 52-week high, obviously. But let's see how that's going to play out with that 35, struggling to get above that now, but looking strong, guys. Pre-market action is looking great. Volume is nice, 1.3 of 15.8. All right, so that covers our main list, guys. We have BB looking nice here, guys, above that 1950. We have GEVO. GEVO is okay. I think we have to move it down. Let's see if we can find something better in our secondary list. NEO, CCL, maybe. INTC. INTC is the one. Yes, it's moving nicely, trying to recover here. It's got some volume. Let's get rid of GEVO. I don't think it's looking all that great. And on top of that, I don't think they have inventory for short, right? No, actually we do have inventory for short. My mistake there. Yeah, but you know, I like INTC better. INTC, excuse me. I think this one looks a lot better. Let's remove some levels. Let's do some levels here. A beautiful double bottom here in the pre-market at 55.90. Trying to go back green right now, but I do like how these candles are forming here. I like the action in the pre-market right now and the volume, so that's looking good. Towards the top, guys, highs and low from the last 2 trading days. I don't think you need to add anything. Maybe this date here, this 55.10, that's it. But then the rest is taken care of for you. Then towards the bottom, we had a nice big gap up right over here. We'll do the bottom of this gap is at 53.80. Just in case we do drop. We got a couple of moving averages here around 55 or lower than that, but for the most part, I think you're covered there. So let's see what INTC is going to do today. Secondary list, GEVO, NEO is in here. CCL is good. Mara is nice. Beautiful pre-market action, guys. Keep an eye on that one. JD is just looking crappy, but I want to see how that plays out. UAVS, not looking good. I think we could get rid of this one, actually. Let's get rid of that. AQMS. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of this one too. Let's get rid of that. Okay, and then we have Fubo and GameStop, which are just insane this morning, especially GameStop. All right, let's see what our moderators have. Let's take a look at their lineup this morning. Let's bring in our visuals here. Okay, let's go over here, slide this over, expand this a little bit, and here we go. All right, let's start from the top. Who do we have? All right, we start with Peter. So Peter reporting 0 IPOs for today. Watches for Thor, GameStop, PLTR, NEO, BB, and AMC. Peter's watching AMD, of course, CCL, Secondary list BB, BBBY, PLTR, GameStop, and EXPR. John likes Billy, Baidu, Roku, and PDD, all for that high of day breakout strategy. Mike likes Facebook and Apple for his break of high as well. And Eamon likes Apple, JD, Neo, secondary list NNDM, GameStop, and BP. Brian has BBY, CCIV, Oxy, BB, QS, and Neo as well. And Tiffany likes BBBY, BB, and Neo. Jared is looking at, how many BBBBs have I said today? Jared is looking at GameStop and BB as well. So again, I think that's what we have. So pretty good. All right, cool. Excellent. Norm, are you watching any of the Bs today on your list?
Of course. That's you have to have a ticker with a B in it today, I think. Other than AMC, I'm surprised. I don't know what I don't quite understand the INTC on the list, but AMC is not.
You know, I think because INTC for me trades cleaner. That's what I think. I see, if you look at the AMC, the last couple of times it opened up, it has been so choppy. I mean, today could be the difference. They're up 40%, 42 million shares traded. But man, the few times that I watched this thing, it has been pure chop at the open. Don't count Friday, right? Because Friday didn't do anything until midday. But if you look at some of the other days I looked in here, it doesn't start very well. It does not start very well. For example, here's another day here. Nope, sorry, this is not it. Right over here. So again, for me, it just doesn't start very well. It's very choppy, even with volume. Again, today could be a difference maker, guys. I'm not sure, but to me, it's not a great trading stock as far as intraday. So we'll see, man. We'll definitely see. Now, INTC, what I like about INTC is how the volume is setting up right now, the price action. So I do like this double bottom here. If they go green, hopefully that can create some kind of momentum. Now, I see what you're looking at, though, right? It's going up against all these levels here and area of resistance. So that might not be.
Yeah. The gap is not even 0.5%. It's not even 1/3%.
Yeah, so I do see that. Yep.
It's got volume, but I don't want to talk you out of it.
No.
AMC's got high short interest and a 40% gap, so it could be a recipe for a hell of a move. We'll see. Have to see, and it's got a good catalyst. We'll have to see what happens with it.
No, we'll definitely see. What I like though is that a lot of moderators are watching this one, right? Who's watching this one? Oh, nobody's watching this one, I thought. Yeah, Thor's watching this. So Thor, please call it out. You're watching it, so that's good. So that's a great thing. Hopefully other people in the community are watching and can call it out. But man, my luck with this one has not been great at all. So that's my reason for keeping it off this list. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Let me see how many we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 6. Perfect. And I think we're pretty good there, guys. And again, JD, guys, shouldn't be on this list. I just want to see what happens. Again, it's been a horrible trading stock, but I want to see this gap of 4% if it's going to do anything this morning. All right, that is what we have, guys. Anything else we can cover? We have a couple. Actually, no, we don't. It's 9:17. Guys, happy Friday. Take care. I'm sorry, happy Monday, excuse me. I'm losing track of days here. Happy Monday, take care, and we will see you guys tonight on the onboarding class. So again, that's at 8 p.m. Eastern time. We have a brand new couple of things to cover that we have not covered before in the past. A lot of changes happening over in our education center. So we're going to go over those. So if you just join us. If you have any questions, join us as well. We have a Q&A after the presentation in case we don't answer anything. And if you have not signed up and you still have time to do so, make sure you do that today, and also sign up for the 14-day free trial for DAS, and come prepared for our 8 p.m. class today. I think it'll be a lot of fun. Take care, guys, and I'll see you guys tomorrow and tonight.
Take care, guys. Trade safe.